I'm so behind on everything. This is my green J scribble. I would like to warn everyone right now, in case somebody out there in this world is more behind than I am, this video will contain spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, stop now. So I just want to start by saying that John Green is like an amazing writer. The way he puts words together is just beautiful. Sarah, I know one of the big problems you had with this book was that the characters didn't come off as real teenagers to you. One of the themes that John Green has throughout his novels is the idea of people imagining each other complexly. And I think one of Hazel Grace's flaws is that she follows suit and has trouble imagining people complexly. She sees herself as a grenade, they mention this several times, that her death is going to just destroy everyone around her. And throughout the novel, she finds out that this isn't true. She really misimagined Augustus's relationship with his ex-girlfriend. Find out with Augustus's ex-girlfriend is that it wasn't because he was in love with her that it was a terrible relationship. It was because it was a terrible relationship and a terrible circumstance. And what we find out later in the novel is once there is love in the relationship, once it is true, then no matter what the situations are, there's still something very beautiful about the relationship. But she didn't understand that at first. She would not have understood that at the beginning of the novel. She misunderstands that she cannot push Augustus away when he has fallen in love with her. Again, something that she realizes later, but once you're in love, it's not something that you can stop doing or talk yourself out of, even if it's in your best interest, or even if you believe it's in someone else's best interest. She also just did not understand until toward the end that Peter Van Houten, the author, had a personal relationship with the disease. It hit her like a ton of bricks that Anna was a manifestation of his daughter. The one case that Hazel does seem to understand and imagine complexly is with regards to her parents. On page 8, she says, "I wanted to make my parents happy. There's only one thing in this world shittier than biting it from cancer when you're 16, and that's having a kid who bites it from cancer." If I was 16 or even now and I couldn't breathe, I don't think I would imagine that anyone had it worse than me. It turns out she is misimagining her mother because, as we find out later, her mother has plans, and again, hits Hazel like a ton of bricks. I just had no idea my mom had a life at all. And I think one of the main flaws we were supposed to get from Augustus is this idea of heroism that he had. He was obsessed with making your life matter by changing the world. And I think what we're supposed to see from this theme, the novel, is that neither Hazel nor Augustus do anything even remotely similar to that. Is that it's okay not to be a hero. It's okay to live and die as yourself and not do anything extraordinary. I have to say that if Augustus Waters is wrong, I don't want to be right. I am in love with his overly romanticized brand of heroism. And with his heroism obsession, what Augustus is trying to figure out is, will my death matter and will my life matter? And one of the ways that this is sort of explored in the novel is they go and visit the Anne Frank house. And while they're there, Hazel thinks that you cannot kiss anyone in the Anne Frank house. And then thinking that Anne Frank, after all, kissed someone in the Anne Frank house. Anne Frank was just a girl. If she had not written a diary, we would not know who she was. And there were millions of girls just like her who were killed in the same war. And there are thousands of diaries that were thrown out, burned, lost. But there were still people attached to them. But for this video, I'm gonna finish the quote from the Anne Frank passage. "She would probably like nothing more than for her home to become a place where the young and irreparably broken sink into love." Hazel sees herself as irreparably broken. Myles Halter stated that we cannot be. Food for thought. I'll talk to you soon.